Hey Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. Just make sure I was holding the mic right then. Welcome to your April reading. So I'm going to shuffle, but I have to put the mic down in order to use both of my hands. It's annoying, but it's has to do that. We just got it right. So bear with me while I shuffle, and then we'll begin your read. So you can hear me, but it just goes very distant as the mic is away from my mouth. I like that one. There's a little fox. What's this one? Oh, there's two there. Okay. That's definitely you. You jumped in. Interesting. I feel like that one's there. That one goes there. That one there. And there. Interesting. Okay. And Archangel Michael. Interesting. Okay, so a few of the cards on here came up for Capricorn as well, so I just kind of want to add this kind of thing here, that if you are dealing with a Capricorn, some of this guidance may come to that. So it's the very first part, and then also on the last column. So I will hopefully remember to touch on that, but yes. Okay, your first card is Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Interesting. So I've done earth signs, I've done Aries, I'm now on you guys. Now in the earth signs, the energy was generally, don't let fears hinder you, and it really was about reflection. And that's what this is giving me. It's kind of like a reflection. However, it's more badass kind of thing. I feel like you need to actually figure out what is a fear and what is a desire. So if there's something you want, right, but there's something that stops you, gets in your way, that blocks you. I feel like with this, it's like realizing that is the thing that stopping you? Is it stopping you? Is it just a fear? Is it something that gets in the way because you're too scared of either rejection or that the unknown of it, of the prospect of it not coming to fruition? Is it that? They're your fears. That's something that just prevents you from going forward when you should be going forward. Or is it that you don't really desire it that much? Do you not really want it? And I feel like this is a kind of a process that you need to do and figure out where you want to go and the direction for you to take. Now, I do get these general concerns of and again, this is the energy in the air at the moment of us feeling a little bit restless, as though we want to be moving, but feeling so indecisive at the same time because we're all working on our internal, and that brings forward anxieties and kind of can get us into this sense where we're like, I just don't know what's the best action for me to take, right? And that's perfectly okay. So this first card, they come in pairs for the one position. So we have you and your loved ones are safe, which means you are watched over. You are perfectly okay in this moment. This card can also represent a loved one that has passed, that is with you, supporting you and guiding you on this journey too. Or it could just be that they're here popping in and say, hey, don't worry, I love you. This is paired with the Chariot. Now, Capricorn also had similar cards in their last position. It was a warning to Capricorn to say, like, look, you are the issue here, and that you need to deal with this. So this is why I touched on that it could be a Capricorn that's causing you this. Could just be Capricorn energy, that similar energy that a typical Capricorn may possess, or perhaps the person or issue has Capricorn within their chart. So keep that in mind. It is in reverse, which means that something is in the way of you growing your potential, which is why you're being guided to really figure out, is this because you don't want it enough, or is something stopping you because you fear the outcome? Either way, this is saying, look, hey, we're supporting you. You have your spiritual team supporting you, which generally the Chariot's in upright means that you are supported and you have wisdom with you moving forward. So now I feel as though you might be feeling a loss of not knowing where to go. But you do have what you need. I just feel like there's something hindering and that's in the way. And it could come in the form of a toxic person. So keep that in mind. This is our next card. We have energy, healing work, and Wheel of Fortune together. This is a really good thing. It means what you're going through, there is growth here, which is why, again, you're being guided to track down your fears and desires. This is because there's room for growth here and work. So that this may be a time of vulnerability. And again, that does get those questions of what's the point? What am I supposed to do? And just so much indecisiveness. So be kind to yourself with that. The Wheel of Fortune means, you know, your look is about to change. But it also means that you can take a risk because whatever you're in right now, your look can change at any moment. So by not taking the risk, you're just allowing, you know, what will be to be, which gets you out of control completely. Means you choose not to go for what you desire. You choose to settle for whatever comes your way. Keep that in mind. No settling. Spirit Fox. So this little fox, when he popped up, it gave me a good feeling. Trust your talents in changing times. The changes are coming. Change is inevitable right now, which for those of us who find change to be quite daunting, it can be really tough. So keep that in mind to, again, be kind. Now remember, a fox is adaptable. He can be sneaky when needed, but also confident, and to take risks. They run out in front of cars and they come out on the other side. They will wander into towns and villages even though it's potentially not safe for them. They will still take the risk because their desire is to find food, to find comfort and warmth, to find shelter, and they'll take the risks in order to do those things. I kind of want that for you, to realize that you need to take these risks. Go forward fearlessly. So this is a card that means you're on the right path. It also means to let go of any worries, that you're protected and you're being given a nudge and a push to say go for it. Take these risks. There is no point stressing the small stuff because what you're stressing is just a fear that hinders you from growth and prevents you moving forward. This comes with Judgment in reverse. I definitely feel like you're highly critical of yourself. And again, it just gives me those fears coming to the surface. I feel like you are worried about being judged a little bit too harshly. Actually, as I'm saying that though, in terms of that very first card that I was feeling, I feel as though you're worried that if you say the wrong thing to somebody, the implications that may arise from doing that, go forward fiercely and say what you need to say. And I feel like that will get the correct judgment. Now the Judgment card comes to getting what you deserve. So realize if somebody needs to hear a little bit of a little bit of, what do you call it? Bad love? No, a little bit of tough love. That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry guys, my fifth video. The words are not finding me. A little bit of tough love, to hear the reality. We should all be honest with each other. There is a way of saying it, but Sagittarius, you are very caring people. You're not going to just bluntly say something horrible to somebody for the sake of it, but it means you need to be brave and say what needs to be said so that other people can't grow if they don't know where they're going wrong as well. So keep that in mind and be brave. Be that fox and take the risk. Six of Swords is next. Explore, discovery, moving on, and self-respect. Now this is exactly it. You need to say what you need to say, and it needs to be heard. You have boundaries that need to be honored as well, and also you need to live the life that is authentically you, and that means stop putting everybody else before yourself, and take the journey of discovery and who you are, because I feel like you're finding yourself right now, and it's really cool. However, I do get this sense of you worried about stepping on other people's toes, and that needs to be dropped. That is a fear that's preventing you from what you desire. Stop worrying about everybody else. They are going to take care of their needs. They are going to nourish their own desires. Do the same. You are allowed this, and it's not selfish. I feel I had that word pop in, like selfishness, as though you're like, oh, but it's selfish for me to do that. No, it is not. It's self-care for you to do that. It's a necessity for you to do that. Love starts with your own heart, and you are fully surrounded by it. you are the embodiment of it. So don't question how you express that, especially if because other people have criticized you previously. Now in this position, you're the first ones to have 2 cards in this position. You have White Witch, be the light, and you also have Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Okay, interesting that we have these 2 together. I'm just going to turn them around so I can see the imagery, but they were both reversed, which means pay attention to this specifically. Okay, so with the White Witch, be the light, you definitely need to start expressing your authentic self and what makes you feel happy and light, because that's what you have to offer this world. Whatever brings you spark and joy is really how you're supposed to express yourself in the world. That's why you feel good in those moments. So feel good in that, and let that be the guide towards what you desire, because it will open you up. If you are a little bit unsure and indecisive on what that is, it means find the joy. So that comes by experimenting and getting yourself out there. Go forward fiercely and experience the journey of self-discovery, because it's pretty cool. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. I do get the sense of you being, and again, this is a White Witch which is paired with this Peacekeeper. White Witches are typically known to choose good and to choose kind of to take the high road in things, and I feel like this benefits you as your personality and what you're most comfortable with. Now that's a strength, not a weakness. A lot of people cannot choose to let go of their stubbornness, and I feel like you actually can, and that's not how you love. That's how you express that love, by being forgiving to others, and that's sometimes exactly what the people you love need. But again, you still need to say and honor your truth to who you are in that, and that's you discovering and finding that balance is part of this journey. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Trust in yourself. Again, you are a White Witch, so you can intuitively know what is right and what is wrong. You do not need a moral compass to guide you, because you just know what's right. And that is a superpower. And I feel this need to keep telling you that. It's a superpower. You know. Trust your gut. You are right. But again, you don't need to be harsh with this, with expressing that righteousness. Next to this, actually, I've just turned that round. I don't need to. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So I definitely feel like all of this positives this is what I'm doing. I'm affirming for you. I feel like I have to be like, it's a good thing. It's a positive. Like, I'm reassuring you. And this Knight of Swords is making me feel as though your confidence has been knocked down by recent, or by past things anyway. Recent and not so recent. And it's making you question, really, I think, who you are. And that is, again, what's going on astrologically for all of us. We're here to question things. So be kind to yourself, but trust in you. Trust in who you are, and trust what you're feeling. And I do feel this, I get this sense of internal conflict. But again, you're discovering it's okay to, and I'm going to say it's okay to fail, but I don't believe that there is such a thing for you in this. Just more in the sense of, if you feel that you're failing, remember you're just opening up yourself to other opportunities, other perspectives. By having that downfall, you're realizing that it's not in alignment with you, or you're realizing that this brought up these emotions, these feelings of why you don't want that in your life anymore. And when you start looking at things from that perspective, it does give you a more peaceful internal dialogue, which is exactly what we need in order to bring that out into our reality as well. You've created this situation. You have the power to change it, which is exactly what I just said about internal. We create whatever we're creating on the inside, and how we're feeling about things really plays out into our actual lives. So realize again with the fears where they're hindering you, because those internal fears, sorry, I really am struggling to speak right now. I might have to have a drink after this. Those internal fears are really showcasing in your life, because you are not going towards what you are desiring. You're not achieving those goals that you want deep down. So it starts with number 1. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So I feel like this is, again, what is going on inside is hindering your creativity and kind of keeping you in this limbo. Again, this is not the first time I've said this for April, so I feel like we're all coming into this realization that, I'm stopping myself from growing and creating, which is a really good thing. It feels bad because it doesn't feel nice to realize that, but it's good because we are acknowledging it and we are able to do something about it. But baby steps, we have to be kind to ourselves, so don't go self-criticizing and then again with that internal dialogue making you have those negative feelings. Next card is also reversed. We have Magic Guardian. Oh, she's so beautiful. This is the lighting is terrible. It's dark now when I'm recording. It's a bit romantic, but it shows all of my wrinkly forehead, which I hate. Anyway, she's beautiful. Look at her wielding her power. Unlock the magic within. Hang on, little bug. I'm just recording. Unlock the magic within. Sorry, I'm just clocking back in. My son just woke up from a nap. It's way too early. He shouldn't have napped, but whatever. Anyway, so this again is giving me the White Witch vibes. I feel like there's a lot of power within you, and it feels so bright and nice. I feel like this is what you need to bring in. Like, help people to see you. I don't know why. I just feel like I need you to be seen, which is why, again, I feel the need to keep reassuring you, because I want other people to experience what you have to offer, which is really cool. I feel this need for you to shine your light, definitely, but also realize and acknowledge what light you have in. So what is your superpower that makes you feel good about yourself, that you offer other people too? For myself, I feel like because I have a way of seeing things from many perspectives, that when I'm helping people, I feel like I'm able to help them see things from their opposition's point of view and see things from their own point of view to help them come to their conclusion with how they feel. I feel like that's something that I offer people because that's how my brain works. So while it might be also something that I have perhaps seen as a bad thing because I can really detach from my own emotional life and it can be a negative, but I feel like it also is good for helping other people. Rooney bugs, calm down, little bug. Alright, come give me a hug. Come give me a hug. Sorry, guys. He's just woke up from a nap, so come give me a hug. Oh, you hurt your leg. You okay? He's just having a hug a minute. You're going to play now. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. On our last column. So the next card is Let Go of Fear Now. So this is another card of saying you're on the right path, but you need to release your worries. Stop being so in your head with concerns. It's saying that there's nothing to fear here and there's nothing to stress over. But this is something for you to realize and acknowledge over here. What is a fear? This is paired with the Ten of Wands in reverse. Now, this is again another card that was in Capricorn, almost in the same position, and I think the same sort of cards with it. You are in this position because of a self-imposed thing. So I feel like, again, this comes with a lot of self-acknowledgement. And I feel like by letting go of fears, you allow yourself the ability to move past what this is. And again, it's about taking those healthy risks that are not actually risks but feel risky to us personally. This could be simply making a phone call that needs to be made. That doesn't seem risky to other people, but to some of us that's like a monumental thing to kind of do it and kind of put ourselves through. And this is what it feels like for me. You need to overcome whatever hurdle it is personally to you. It doesn't have to be big. If it's big to you, if it's important to you, it matters, and that's all that needs to know. But that's what you have to offer the world, is by being who you are and acknowledging what is your strengths and what is your, I want to say weaknesses just because I was going to, but it's not a weakness. But what do you perceive as something that's holds you back? Interesting. So this was in the other fire sign. We have focus well, not that one, but we have focus upon divine and perfect health. So it is, make sure you are taking care of your own needs. It very does feel of self, of nurturing yourself during this time. But it's paired with the Six of Cups in reverse, which was in, maybe actually this was in the Capricorn one, which is interesting. Definitely maybe Capricorn energy attached to you here, Sagittarius. If you have that in your sign, then this is like, go watch Capricorn. Reconciliation, childhood. Definitely with this being in healing, there's things from your past that need to be seen and healed. This could be child work, like inner child, nurturing your vulnerable self, which goes in alignment with the whole reading. So definitely keep that in mind if that resonates with you and things that you're working through at the moment. I do feel as though something in yourself needs to be acknowledged and seen, and this is a direction that will help you to what's next for yourself. And I feel like this is your kind of journey towards finding what brings you peace. And then with peace, I feel joy attached to that. I feel like if you're striving for peace in your life, to feel that contentment, it comes with joy. I feel like so doing things that is going to bring you joy will help. Activate came to mind, but what I was going to say is will help you go over that hurdle of blockage. I feel like it will open new doors. And again, this is activating a part of ourselves that again is magical and is in alignment with who we are supposed to be in order for you to shine your light, Sagittarius. So I hope that makes sense for you. I'm kind of loving this reading. It was definitely a good read for me. I feel it felt very positive and very kind of as though this is needed, like this is the time. Again, astrologically, this is the time for us to be doing this, to take in doing this healing work, but also to action the things that we need to do in our lives to head towards where we want to be in a year's time, in 5 years' time, wherever, the long haul. We're getting there, but it starts with a moment. It starts with acknowledgement, and I definitely feel you're in that moment. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for being here. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next month.